What's going on, guys? Xbox just had their partner preview event, and here's everything we got to see. First off, we got to see Unknown 9 Awakening. This game is being developed by Reflector Entertainment and published by Bandai Namco. It's an action-adventure game, seeing you use your powers that has some connection to the fold to defeat the enemies. And it looks pretty cool. The combat sees the character kind of like projecting themselves while hitting the enemies, and there's also what looks like some abilities where you're possessing the enemies and using them to fight other enemies. It looks really interesting. It's a little bit different than what I normally see Bandai Namco publish, so I'm excited to see how this game turns out, and it's actually going to be coming out this summer, so definitely check that one out. We also got to see Sleight of Hand. This is the next game from developer Joshua Boggs, who developed the mobile game Framed. Only this time around it's going to be more of a stealth-based noir deck building game, and it looks really interesting. I'm not someone who's too huge into deck building games, but the setting alone makes me feel like I might check this one out. There's no actual release date, but we do know it's coming in 2025 to Game Pass when it releases on Xbox and PC, so that's something to look forward to. We even got to see more of 11-bit Studios game The Alters, and this is the game where you kind of have to make alternate versions of your character to help you to survive this like inhospitable world. 11-bit Studios seems to really be getting in their bag of weird shit of games that they make, so I'm looking forward to see what this game turns out to be. I'm not a huge survival game fan, but I do like them when they have like interesting mechanics, and this one seems like it might. Unfortunately, there wasn't any new information on it, but we do know it's probably coming this year, so we might get some more later down the road. 11-bit Studios also came out and announced their next upcoming game, Creatures of Ava. This is a monster taming game, but instead of this style game where you're like taking the monsters and pitting them against each other, you're actually supposedly helping the monsters to escape some infection thing that's taken over their planet. It looks really interesting as far as the art style goes. It looks like you're going to get to explore different biomes in the game as well. There's no release date for the game as of yet, but it's supposed to be coming out in 2024, and it's going to be launching on Xbox and PC Game Pass, so look forward to that. If you're a fan of Roblox, well, you got an interesting update because there's a crossover between Roblox and Chucky. It's called Griefville Survive the Nightmare, and it's essentially like a Dead by Daylight game. You're going to either play as Chucky or a survivor, and you're going to have to get away from Chucky. Kind of a weird move for something to go into Roblox that's like this, but I don't really play the game much, so I'm not sure what the typical environment in that community is anyways. It looks really interesting. It's out right now. It's only for a limited time though, so if you want to check it out, hop in there. Frogware Studios made an appearance at the event, and they showed off their next game, The Sinking City 2. It's a sequel to the game Sinking City, this time set in 1920s Arkham. You're gonna have to solve crimes and figure out why this environment's flooded and stuff. There's no potential release date for it whatsoever, but you have to imagine that it's probably going to come soon, and it'll probably come to Game Pass if it's at this event. Up next, we got another trailer for Final Fantasy XIV on the Xbox with an official release date for the full release of the game, and it's coming out March 21st, so that's right around the corner. You can probably hop in and still play the beta at this point, and I know that game has a lot of like free trials for new players if you haven't checked it out yet to play up to a certain level, so that's something to look forward to as well. Keep in mind though that if you do want to play the game, I'm pretty sure you're going to have Game Pass to play it just as you have the subscription, so keep that in mind. Stalker Legends of the Zone trilogy has been shadow dropped. It's out available right now. It has the 3 original releases in the series, and they're all a little bit upgraded for the Xbox Series S. It's perfect for people who haven't played the series and want to get ready for Stalker 2 when that releases. I believe that's later this year, so keep that in mind. Yeah, available right now. Looks pretty cool. If you're a Monster Truck fan, well, you're in luck because Monster Jam Showdown was also announced at this preview event, and it looks pretty cool. You're going to have the typical events that you're going to get to play in the game. There's also some unique environments for you to check out. Seems like there might be multiplayer. It actually looks interesting. I'm not a big Monster Truck fan, but I do like driving games, so if it's on Game Pass, I might download it and just check it out on there. It's supposed to be coming out this year, so keep your eyes out for that. At no surprise to anybody due to the recent leaks, Persona 3 Reload also made an appearance at the event, showcasing an expansion pass that's coming for the game, and it's coming in 3 waves. The first one's coming on March 12th, and it's gonna have some Persona 4 Golden costumes and background music, as well as some Persona 5 Royale costumes and background music. And then there's a second wave that's coming in May, and that one's just gonna have some Velvet costumes and some background music as well. But the big one is actually coming in September. This one is supposed to be episode Aegis, the answer, and it's supposed to be like the final chapter in the story for the game. I'm not big on this game. I haven't played it yet. I really want to check it out, but with like all these big games coming out, who knows when I'll get a chance to play it. Luckily, it's on Game Pass, so you can get in there and check out Persona 3 right now, but it looks pretty cool. The first Berserker Kazan made an appearance at this event, and we saw it originally at the Game Awards, and it looks pretty nice. It's supposed to be a hardcore action game. You get those vibes just by looking at the trailer. It's anime as hell. There was a little bit of what I seen like and some framiness to it, and I was hoping that maybe that was just the rendering of the video and not the actual gameplay for it. But either way, it looks really cool. There's no like release date or anything to when it's coming out, but if it's at this event, there's a good chance it's gonna be on Game Pass when it launches, so keep that in mind. It looks pretty sick. I can't wait for this one. We also got to see another trailer of Tales of Kenzura Zao, and honestly, I couldn't be more excited. This is an action-adventure Metroidvania game being developed by Surgent Studios and published by electronicarts. It's part of the whole EA Originals initiative. I really like what EA is doing with that. It seems like they're taking chances on some like different games than what we normally see from the publisher. It's supposed to be coming out April 23rd, 2024, and there's actually a demo out right now if you're on Steam. So that's not too bad. I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I like Metroidvanias if they do it right. There are some games that I kind of steer away from in that aspect, but this one looks like it might have my attention. There was also another 11-bit Studios game that made an appearance at the event, with Frostpunk 2 showing up with a release date of July 25th, 2024. This game's supposed to be set like 2 or 3 decades after the first game, so you're going to have some new environmental hazards, some new enemy threats and stuff like that. I really enjoyed what I played of Frostpunk. I'm not a big like survival city sim person, but something about it just, I had to see what it was about, and it was fun. I mean, I had to make some hard choices, you know, child labor and 12-hour shifts for people. It was a rough time. I'm not great at it, I gotta be honest with you, but I'm excited to at least get in there and check this new one out, and I think it's gonna be coming to Game Pass too. We'll find out more later on though. Of course, Capcom made an appearance here. We got to see Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, and it was a game that we saw before, and I was instantly like, holy crap, this looks cool. Seems like it's kind of made in the Monster Hunter engine, which is not like old, so it still looks really pretty. The gameplay looks nice. Really looks like the characters like dancing their way through the battles. You have to solve puzzles, you have to guide people, you have to purge certain areas. It looks really cool in my opinion. It's supposed to be coming out in 2024, and it's launching on Game Pass, which we've seen a trend of this with Capcom games in the past, so I'm glad that it's continuing. Alright guys, so that was everything that we got to see at the Xbox Partner Preview event. Overall, I'd say it was pretty interesting. There were a lot of cool games that were shown, so let me know what you guys think. Yeah, let's talk about it. Peace.